Hey everybody, this is Paul doing a Doordash video today. So I guess I kind of wanted to go over a few things. Every time I do one of these videos, I don't know what I'm going to talk about in my next video. It's not like I'm like have a thing following me around with a little ching sound as I make money. As catchy as those videos are, I imagine it's pretty boring to watch after a while. So I wanted to do a video that I guess this video kind of lines up with me finally getting up to 3,000 deliveries. So there's that right there. Um, so I also wanted to kind of go over like how much have I driven in that period of time. Um, just different things. So in that period of time, basically, this is last year when I first started. So this is a spreadsheet that I use on my dividend videos, by the way. But different car maintenance that went on here. So there's last year's. Here's this year's so far. Um, 5,272, so roughly 17,000 miles. Um, and then far more than that, probably six and a half plus whatever that number, so about 21,000. So definitely paid off for itself, without a doubt, in that period of time. So just to give you a general idea of how much I've made in that period of time, and doesn't mean you can expect to make that. It took me a long time to kind of figure. That's how much I was making when I first started. I didn't know anything, and then we had to slow down towards the end of last year, and then it's definitely picked back up, as you can see here. Up to $1.55 per mile. It's definitely picked back up, especially around tax time and all that good stuff. So, and then what I do with that money is I have that dividend channel that I talked to you guys about, where this is where I put all that money. You can watch those videos if you're interested in any of that stuff. But so on this video, what I kind of wanted to go over is different things I noticed throughout the week, and different things that I think DoorDash could do better, and different things that I actually like. So what I wanted to do is I kind of line these up. So this is the first thing I wanted to go over. So that video that I made about how to unassign an order in 10 minutes, I didn't have this screenshot available at the time. I have more than enough of these screenshots laying around that I can take. There 13,000 people or so have watched that video, which is my most popular video ever, so thanks for that. But this is what the screen looks like if it's successful. So I wanted to go over that. And then I also updated my pinned comment on that video with a link to my Twitter, of what the screenshot looks like also. I think that was actually a different one. But for people that were like, oh, he's a liar, he's lying to you guys, this is literally what it says. If you unassign now, your ratings are protected, but you will not be paid. So what? Unassign the order. So that video right there. So I guess I wanted to go over the good. So this is the thing that they added. DoorDash is really bad, and for anybody who's new, you'll notice one thing is they will do updates and not tell you what they updated. Things will just happen inside the app. Things will just look different. Um, things will just work different. Things that didn't work before will work now. Things that did work before will no longer work. Um, So this is something that they added, and this was like an instant tip time, I think. So what they did is they gave it away that once the delivery is complete, there's actually a button that pops up now for the customer. And I saw it on Reddit. I wanted to take a screenshot of it, but it's basically a thing that says add tip. Previously, for them to add a tip onto your order, they had to actually physically call DoorDash, tell the rep that they wanted to add a tip, and then they can add a tip. I've had that happen probably 2 times out of 3,000 orders. And then one time I had to literally walk a customer who was very insistent about adding a tip. Um, this is also to prevent like you from like the Venmo conversations that happen. Like customers used to ask us like, "Oh, I'll give you a tip. Give me your Venmo information," that kind of stuff. Trying to get personal information out of the drivers. This is how you had a lot of scams happening too. So ever since they added this, I've had maybe about 3 or 4 customers just randomly add an extra tip. I just took a screenshot of what it looks like. As you can kind of see, this is basically, you get two things. You get one text message and then you get one in-app update, as you can see. Um, this gets added to the current dash that you're on. So it's not like when you like mark something as closed and then it just appears in your earnings right away. you have to actually end your dash to get this. So like say if you had $24 or whatever, all of a sudden it just pops up to 26. So it pops up as like an extra part of the order. So I think that's pretty cool. This is a much better way of keeping track of all this. And that's the good. So let's talk about the bad. I guess bad or not good. So the one thing that you're going to notice with DoorDash is when you run into a technical issue, you're going to learn very quickly. You can call customer support and report it. Nothing ever gets done. There's no IT support for DoorDash. We just kind of sit around and pray things just get fixed. Or I guess we make YouTube videos about it. So that's kind of what we got going on right here. So this is something that recently started happening. Now I have a Galaxy phone, and I'm not sure when this started happening. Maybe about a month ago. But previously, when an order would pop up, while you're driving, by the way, it would kind of give you the general idea of where you're at and where they want you to go. So if they say McDonald's, for me, that could mean 3 different McDonald's heading 3 different directions. What they would do before is this map would automatically be zoomed in. What happened now is for some reason, it's in space. And I have another example here. It's in space. This is useless. For the love of God, DoorDash, fix this. It used to be now to actually see where they want you to go, you have to actually physically grab your fingers and zoom in, and then it zooms into the right size. I have no idea why this thing started zooming out to space. I don't know if maybe they were trying to trick people. I don't know if there's some nefarious reason for that. I don't know if some guy in their IT department just forgot to press the zoom button whenever they set this up. This is very dangerous, by the way, because you literally have to take your eyes off the road not once, but twice to be able to do this. So for the love of God, fix this. So either you accept not knowing where in God's name this is, like 3 miles one way takes me outside of my zone, 3 miles one way keeps me in my zone, or 3 miles another way can take me to a very dangerous part of New Orleans. Like, come on, guys. Like, that's a very simple fix. Okay, so that's that. I think this is a very simple fix. Just fix the zoom. That when you get an order, very simple. It's automatically zoomed in. And then also you can see, here's another bug right here that started happening too. So when they add something on, additional 0 feet, this is either adding something onto your current order going to the exact same address, or it's adding onto something going to a completely different address. This does not tell me that. For all I know, this is an additional, by the way, it's zoomed out to space, so you have to zoom in, and then you'll notice that it's maybe 3 blocks from your current address that you're going to. That's additional feet, far more than, 0 feet. Whatever is going on here, fix it, because all you're doing is killing your trust with your drivers when you do stuff like this. This is a new thing. So just when I think I don't have things to talk about with DoorDash, they pull this out. So I have a Sonic order. I go to the Sonic. This Sonic is kind of notorious whenever I go there. If you ever deliver something to a customer and then you get a thing that says their order has been updated, that means they reported something missing. That means they got the order. They didn't blame you. They looked in the bag, something was missing. Or they said something was missing. Let's put it like that. That's another fraud thing they got going on. So when you have a store apparently now that has more, I guess they hit some kind of limit, this is what they're prompting you with. Customers have recently reported missing or incorrect items. We recommend confirming all the items on the order before leaving. If you're unable to do so, ask the staff to number items for you. And then when you get to the screen, you get this thing that literally says confirm number of items too. At Sonic, that might work. There are some places around here that they seal the bag, and the bag is literally sealed. To open the bag, you have to rip it open. There are some places that have 10 items in there. There's McDonald's that can't even bother to give you the time of the day. You're getting the bag with 3 little stickers on it, and you have to kind of shake it maybe to see if there's a drink in there. I don't understand why this is being shown to the drivers. We physically, in most cases, once the bag is sealed, have no way of opening it. We can ask them to open it, but then that adds time. And then we're going to want more money for the wait time, because we're not getting paid for wait time unless you're in California, by the way. But This is something that should be put on the stores. This should not be put on us. So what I would tell DoorDash is whatever this is right here, I don't understand how this gets put on the drivers at all. There's no penalties, but just saying got it, I don't know exactly what's going on here. Like if the customer still reports something missing, do you get a contract violation now? Like where was that email explaining that to us? So that's what I want to know from DoorDash is when I hit got it, what am I agreeing to? So I think DoorDash needs to understand that a majority of these bags, probably 95, 99% of these bags are completely sealed to the point that we can't see inside of them. And you're asking us to tell the staff to rip that bag open, which means use supplies that they have to verify the number of items and then proceed with the delivery. If these are the types of restaurants that you're having, deactivate their platform. Tell them they can't be on DoorDash for a week. Hold the restaurants accountable. Like I don't understand how this falls back on us. So I'm not sure what to even do with this. I did ask the lady. I was like, "Hey, can you confirm the number of items?" And it was Sonic, so she was like, "Yeah, it's like." But I don't understand how we're supposed to confirm all these little details on these orders. Like, are we supposed to open these people's food and look through their food to make sure there's no lettuce? No. How do we do this? So I think that's one thing I think we need to address is figure out what exactly is expected of the driver here. Count the number of items. Okay, I guess there's 2 items in here. Um, so I guess we got to go from there and figure out what's going on. Here's another thing, and I'm not sure if this is just for Galaxy users, but when I was doing a Raising Cane's order, I saw another driver clicking their phone multiple times, and I knew exactly what they were doing. And you might notice this when you get to Raising Cane's. You click arrived at store, okay? You say arrived at store. All of a sudden, you're presented with this thing that says something went wrong. You're like, what the hell? So you click arrived at store, and then it takes you to this screen where you have to place the order. You place the order, and you hit confirm order has been placed, and then you get something went wrong. What's supposed to happen is when I click that button, the thing that says confirm pickup is supposed to automatically pop up here. It doesn't. It hasn't been doing that for about a month and a half. And yet again, we have no IT department to report this to. And every DoorDash driver I've talked to, that's on a Galaxy at least, has reported this exact same issue. So DoorDash, fix it. IT guy, fix this. I know I have reported this myself. And the way to actually get this to work, by the way, is you have to click it 3 times, or at least this is my experience. You have to click it 3 times, this little confirm thing, and then hit back, and then go forward again. And if you have 2 orders, it never updates correctly. So if you have 2 orders at the same time, that's even worse. Um, so let's see right here. So here's this thing. I'm sure you guys have seen this. This is like the if you get enough of these and you hit a certain percentage, we'll give you anytime deliveries. If you have Top Dasher, you automatically don't qualify for this program because you automatically have Dash Anytime. So what happens is they still send you these emails about this program, like that they're doing, but it says you never qualified. So in this situation, you basically need 7 orders with a 95% fill rate. Well, if you can see, I got 9 orders with a 100% fill rate, right? So in theory, this should say you qualified. But because I'm Top Dasher, it's automatically voiding me from this program. There's nothing in here that says that. So that's just like a little pet peeve. Every time I get this email and I qualify, but I have Top Dasher, so I don't have to care about it. So I think it's just kind of one of those just little things that they could just fix on their communication with the Dashers. So here's the dangerous one. Here's the very annoying, dangerous one. For some reason recently, the in-app navigation has just been turning itself off. Now, when this first happened, everybody was like, well, no, you have to allow them to be able to view your location anytime. Like, anytime you're on the planet Earth, they want to know where you're going. Like, if I'm going to the bathroom with my phone, DoorDash wants to know that I'm going to the bathroom with my phone, even though I'm not logged into the app. It's very weird. It's very intrusive. Nobody likes it. We hate it with a passion. We know you're selling our data. Please stop doing that. But to be able to log into the app now, they basically made it mandatory that you have to agree for them to be able to follow you around even if you're not logged into the app. It's really weird. Um, I wish they would stop it. So what happens now is if you don't agree to that and somehow you get into the app, it disables the in-app navigation. Okay, so you're punishing us for not allowing you to like spy on us everywhere we go. Second of all, even if you do agree with it, randomly throughout my dash, it just turns off. And it forces me to use Google Maps. And anybody who has used Google Maps to try and do deliveries can pretty much tell you how dangerous it is. Because the Google Maps auto orientate. They have a compass on there that auto orientates the thing in the opposite direction from the way that you're actually driving. If you zoom in, it tends to zoom you out randomly when you put your phone down on your lap. Or if you have your phone sitting there, it just zooms you out. If you hit a speed bump, it like zooms you out. It does weird stuff. It's a horrible, horrible app for doing deliveries. Some people use it because they use it all the time for directions and have a little thing that reads them the directions. That's great, but sometimes those directions are garbage, especially in Louisiana where it doesn't even know where half the U-turns are in this place. Or like half the side streets or like streets that are one ways. There's so many times that Google Maps has told me to go down one ways or take left or right turns that are blatantly illegal and guaranteed would get me a ticket. So I think that's one thing that we need to work on. Um, and that's kind of like the one little thing that I wanted to go over in this video at least. It's just I think people need to like kind of list out like different things maybe in the comment section that they've noticed. But these are the big things that I've noticed. This one is flat out dangerous right here. Disabling the in-app navigation at random times is just ridiculous. The canes thing is more of a pet peeve. This is just laughable. This right here is, I think, should be an easy fix. But this is very cool. I like that. That's awesome. That's a great update. We love that. This is even better than Uber because they can't edit the tip. They can add a tip. If you ever make it so that they can edit a tip, you're going to lose a lot of drivers. And that's kind of where we're at in the video right now. Also, one thing I wanted to tell Doordash. One thing I noticed that you guys do that's very annoying is Paul has 3,000 deliveries with these stats. They're actually typically pretty much higher, but right now it's kind of where I'm at. When new people start, you will offer them $300 for 15 orders. I did 15 orders today and not even thought about it. Why not offer me $50? I have much higher satisfaction, like customer ratings. Some people have 5 ratings. They go for 5 ratings, which is crazy. Because there's always that one random person out there to hit you with a 1 for no reason. They have no idea what they're doing, but you'll offer somebody $300. You could offer me $50 and I would have done it. Do you understand how much money you guys are setting on fire with this process of just like paying $300 to every new person extra that comes through the door to do 15 orders when you could just pay one of your experienced drivers with 3,000 deliveries or 12,000 deliveries or 15,000 deliveries? Send those promotions to your drivers that are actually driving for you guys, and maybe we wouldn't, maybe we wouldn't log into, Uber app or whatever they're logging into these days. Your competition that does do that kind of stuff. So I think that's one thing I got to tell DoorDash is basically you guys need to figure out ways to reward your veteran drivers. You can't just keep the churn of losing new drivers after a month when they are way below 70%, and then all of a sudden they go from having like promotions and priority status through the wazoo, like 100% priority status on every great order out there, down to pretty much nothing because they get thrown into the sharks because there's nothing that tells them, hey, when you go below 70, you're screwed. Or when you go below 50 for sure. These people have like horrible completion rates, horrible acceptance rates, customer service ratings that are garbage, but you're giving them $300 promotions to like take 15 orders. It's the most ridiculous thing. If I was a customer, I'd be enraged that that's how your thing worked. That instead of sending that stuff to like, if you want more people to be top dasher, offer that to them. That would literally get more of your drivers to go for top dasher because there would be an actual financial big reward incentive. Like, hey, every once in a while, it's not guaranteed, but I might get this reward or this promo for $300 or something like $500, like something, nice. Just a way to incentivize it outside of anytime log in, which you're giving away with shop and deliver orders anyways. So I think that's the video for the day. I'm going to throw this up. Let me know what y'all think. Like I said, post your comments about like different bugs and weird stuff you saw. Like I said, we don't have an IT department for this thing to report this stuff to, and there's no in-app way to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, kind of like, let me know what y'all think. Y'all have a nice day.